Three entrepreneurs, one podcast, zero chance we agree on everything. This is the Ron Table, where business gets real, life gets messy. Yes, drop in, opinions fly, and yes, moving quotes are basically a second language. Business, life, occasional dumpster climbers. Pull up your seat and let's get into it. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another rousing episode of the Ron Table. I am Ron Miller, joined at the table by my effervescent co-hosts, Lady Bel Castro and Nicole Gray. Lady, welcome back to the table. We hope your vacation was good. It is fantastic to see you.
We missed you.
Thanks. I missed you.
We did miss you.
It feels like forever.
You bring another layer of insight and humor that was just missing just a little bit on our last show. It was just
If her
Nicole and I
shirt
holding
doesn't
the
tell you
fort
that
down.
already.
I'm not grumpy.
Oh my goodness.
My friends know me.
I feel like if you have to advertise it, you're trying to talk yourself into it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to let people know once they see me coming.
My goodness. Oh my God. Well, I'm excited to get everybody back at the table for episode 13. Blah.
Woohoo.
I am not a fan of the number 13. This episode might just skip and be 14, like an elevator in a building. So, but it may just say, I don't know. I'll leave it up to my co-hosts here if 13 is a lucky or unlucky number.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of Halloween, so I just think Friday the 13th. So probably not lucky.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I'm good.
All right. Well, we'll talk through it. We'll figure that out before this airs. But let's get into today's topic. So we're gonna get back into the entrepreneurial sphere here, because today we want to talk about really the thought process and the understanding behind, hey, being a small business owner. You have this unlimited earning potential, right? You see it everywhere, right? Everybody's making millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands every couple of weeks. Now, let me start off by saying, if that's a joke, I love it. If not, I cannot wait to unpack that with you. And that is exactly what we're going to do today. I want us to unpack the myth of a small business owner having a unlimited amount of high income. Because let's be honest, a lot of folks out there are running around like they're Jamie Tartt yelling, Jamie Tartt, do, Jamie Tartt, do. All swagger, no confidence, right? Until the money doesn't actually show up. And you wind up being like Johnny Gillespie, right? From Better Off Dead. Like, hey, it's been 2 weeks, 10 papers. That's $2 plus a tip, right? And that's what we're like when we actually get work, right? So when that happens, you got to not beat yourself up, right? I'll close this out before I pass off by saying, like Roy Kent, you can't beat yourself up, because if you're beating yourself up, that's like Woody Allen playing the clarinet, and I don't want to hear it. So let's get into today's episode. Look, it is Ted Lasso Day, because I'm excited that season 4 is coming. So I got to lasso this shit up.
I'm right.
But so let's get into it, because right now I am myself, as a small business owner, I was running around like Jamie Tartt for a year and a half, and now I'm like so poor I can't afford both O's. So I'm poor.
Never heard that one
Like,
before.
I am an O short, because that's how short I am. But it's great when you have business rolling in, and luckily I'm a very smart individual. I like to think I'm kind of smart. And you bank that stuff for the rainy day. And I have been having a rainy year. I don't know about anybody else, but this year has not been kind.
Yeah.
So when the money's there, it's great. But when it's not, man, it's like shit.
Yeah, I think, honestly, social media has done entrepreneurs a disservice, right? Because like you were saying, you got those entrepreneurs who are like, hey, I think you can make $1 million in like 7 minutes. Okay. And then you have all those people who are doing their own thing and they're showing all the stuff they bought and all this stuff like that. And it's like, okay, I need everybody to calm down. Yes, unlimited earning potential, but the grind is still real. It's not like you're working for your own and you're sitting back and clients or, are just coming at you because, oh, we heard you got your own thing. Or if you have a product, it's just flying off the shelf because people love you. If anything, you have to grind harder. You don't have the safety net. But social media will have everybody thinking like, hey, once you do your own thing, the money just comes, it's raining, man. No, it's not. It's not doing that. That's why Ron said he's in the perfect storm, and that's why he can't afford both O's. And honestly, most entrepreneurs is pup. You're not even poor. You just pup because you're pup trying to get that next thing. So I just need everybody to calm down and realize if you're going to be working and doing your own thing, the grind is real. Now, the benefits are nice, right? Because you do have the opportunity to make more money. You don't have to go to your boss and ask for a raise. You don't have to worry about that bonus. You can get your bonus. But a lot of times it's multiple streams. That's what people aren't telling you. It's not just that one thing. You almost have to have your hand in like 5, 6, 7, 8 things before you get to OnlyFans. And hopefully you don't get there, but I'm just saying. But you have to hustle. So can you make the money? Yes. Are you going to make all the money that first month? No.
Yeah. No, and I agree. I mean, there are two sides of the coins with that because, yeah, it's really hard to just make that money. And the other side of that coin is, like you were saying, you don't have to go to your boss and ask for a raise. But even if you do, even if you're in that corporate ladder, there's always a cap, or at least they like to say there's a cap so that they don't have to pay you more. So you don't have to even worry about that, which is nice. So that's the positive side of it, because I don't want it to seem, that it's just constantly a struggle, but it kind of is to be on your own.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in Ron's position at the end of last year. I was like, maybe I'm done. Like, what happened to everything? And then, this year's a roller coaster. I mean, every year is kind of a roller coaster. So it is stressful, and you do have to work way harder than you do in corporate, but you also can remove the stress of like, oh, well, if I don't work this hard, they might deny me a raise, or they might deny my bonus. Like, you get to decide how hard you want to work and how much you want to make. But yeah, it's a grind to make that money. You don't just automatically get your paycheck.
And when you both agree too that even when you're on your own, you have to pay even more attention to what's going on in the world around you. You know what I mean? Like we're looking at, we're also interested in the interest rates, right? If people aren't buying like homes, and if businesses are like, we're not hiring, that trickles down to us, entrepreneurs. So it's not always like, oh, business is always good. No, because if people can't afford, groceries at a house and rent, well, they're not going to want, let's say, I'd love a coach, but I can't afford it because I got to eat. I could totally get it. You know what I mean? So you also have to recognize as far as what's going on. So if the world's not doing good, on that level, us entrepreneurs aren't going to be doing good. And I think sometimes people take that for granted too, going like, oh, well, things seem to be going pretty good, but they're actually not. Again, that's where you got to figure out what's the other hustle? What's the other thing that you can do behind that door? You know what I mean? To bring some money in. So
yeah, I feel like there always has to be a backup plan. And you're right. I mean, that part you're basically like switching up the stressors.
Yeah.
Like, you're in the corporate world, then you're stressed about, well, if I don't do enough, then I might not get paid more, or I might not get the bonus. And if I am in my own business, then I have to pay attention to everything that's happening, and I might not get the income that I thought I was going to get this year because suddenly somebody's budget changed, and suddenly they don't need us anymore because their priorities change. And then, you have to call in the Diamond Dogs and have a meeting. Like, you have to kind of get the Diamond Dogs together and be like, I got to vent and I got to figure this out.
Seriously. And I think that's why not only, with the three of us doing this podcast, helping other people, we all realize community helps too. Because you got to still talk, vent, get that stuff off, your chest because it is some days it is very lonely. And you don't always, if you have a partner, that's great. But sometimes they don't probably want to hear it either because, we know you're doing your own thing. So what? You know what I mean? It's like, I got stuff going on too. So you have to build that community. You got to let it out. You got to talk about it. But I think more importantly, you just have to be realistic. And that's something I feel like going into it, I was, because people who had been doing it on their own for a while were like, please no. And they gave me all these tips. They said, but just be very realistic. You're going to have those months where it's great, Ron, you know this. And you feel like, ooh, I got this, $5,000 invoice. Once it hits, I'm golden. But then you're going to have 2 months where you're dry. And that $5,000 could only last so long, 5 or 10 grand. So.
Yep. Well, and just to clarify Laney's Diamond Dog reference there. So for those of you that don't know what the Diamond Dogs are, it's really just a group of people that care, unlike people at a hip hop concert who do not throw their hands in the air. So, but that's what we're talking about, like in terms of community and finding people that actually stand up, stand out, and support you and support one another. It's not just about what can you do for my business today and how can you add revenue. It's how can we help each other either look past where we are or get our brands out together to get noticed. Because I think what'll be interesting for listeners is we have three very distinctly different businesses and how the economy is going and how consumer spending is going, and that listen, let's just be, I want to be real. What I do, I think, is viewed as a accessory. It is needed, but it's only needed when it's forward. Like in corporate, anything that isn't producing revenue is the first thing to get cut. It's very short-sighted, right? Because the things that don't produce revenue actually do produce revenue. It's just measured in a different way. So for me, in the economy we're in, I've had to really spin what it is that I do, because I need to find and create another flow of consistent income outside from what I normally want to be doing with consulting with businesses. So I've had to go in a different direction and still kind of fit in, and like Nicole, for you with coaching, I would imagine like you may even be looking at like markets right now because it's how high it is, and true real unemployment numbers and the functionally unemployed that's not counted in there. I mean, some of your coaching may wind up going, and I'm just spitballing here, but like getting prepared for interviews, questions to ask, not losing your mind, going through a process where you get no answers. And Lenny, I am sure your marketing is going in a whole different direction too.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's AI might be taking over my job faster than I think. So it's like I have to think about that, and I have to pay attention to where it's going, which is really hard to keep up with. And then I have to think like, okay, well, how can I potentially shift my business into a related offering, but that isn't going to be run over by AI in the future? How can I bulletproof my business, basically?
Yeah. And see, oh, I'm sorry, lady.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and for me, there's this term now people are called job hugging, right? Because they're terrified of layoffs. It's like how they have to make the best of it. So I'm actually getting business because people are trying to figure out, what do I need to do to stay there? How do I move up? How do I deal with this, boss is an ass, but I can't afford to quit. So it's actually kind of working in my favor in that regards, because people are like, I need help. And then also I need kind of an outlet and then what's interesting is a lot of folks are coming in to where before they couldn't spend their professional development money that corporate gave them. Now corporate's like, because again, they want to keep them, and, they also don't want to lose like good people. Okay, we're going to give you this budget, get a coach. So that has been helping, and I appreciate that, but I don't know how long this is going to last. And I think that's kind of the topic, another part of the conversation that we're having. When it's good, it's great, but then you don't know all of a sudden when you're gonna fall again. It's gonna be silent, so you have to prepare yourself. And for me, I'm getting into speaking. I'm other avenues. I started my own podcast as far as just me for what I do. I'm doing a newsletter, so it can't just be one and done, and then just kind of hope for the best. I have to start thinking about, well, what other stuff can I do like under my umbrella. So
yeah, and I think we've all, at least on this call for sure, lived through the recession of 2008 and 2009. And so we all know what that
I was
feeling
in high
is.
school then, so I'm just kidding.
I was living in Manhattan and I got laid off. So it was like the worst city to be laid off in.
We bought our house and the next week the recession hit. We were like, oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah, I had just moved into an apartment on my own without roommates, and I was like so excited. And then back then it was still, everyone thought of marketing as arts and crafts, so they got rid of marketing first. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I can't afford groceries this week.
Right.
So
Yeah.
And I had to get like 3, 4 different temp jobs. So I think we all remember that time frame.
Oh, yeah.
And for me, at least, I totally have like PTSD, and I
Yeah.
still think in terms of that. I'm like, well, that can happen again at any time.
Yeah. But
We
you know,
don't know.
Lainey, I'm so glad you brought that up though, because again, that spirit of being resilient, that's something else you have to take into being an entrepreneur, because when you hit that wall and, it's peaks and valleys, when you're in
Yeah.
them valleys, you have to, I mean, we can laugh at it now, but sometimes you kind of, while you're in it, going like, all right, this is a peanut butter and cracker month, but one day I'll get back to that steak and potatoes, but we don't have to, everybody gonna have to hunker down. There's some PB&J's gonna be going on. So you could
Yes.
appreciate too when you had that good point, or that those good times the money's coming in. But you just have to be, like you said, you had 3 temp jobs. That's not what you wanted to do, but you got to do what you got to do. So
Yeah, you just got to figure it out.
yeah,
And I mean, obviously I couldn't have even thought to own my own business then, because it was living in
Yeah.
the most expensive city in the world. So it was like, I just need to hustle until I get the next job, and hopefully they pay me a good enough salary. So it was that salary cap stress, I guess.
I think, getting into this for anyone that's looking, to launch, or you think this is an answer because your job hug fell a little short and you slipped off, and you're finding yourself out there in the marketplace, this could be a way to go. But kind of like what we're saying, you got to be prepared. Like you can't just jump in and think you are going to run. That does not work for 99% of the people. You got to know, hey, I have this vision, and long term, that's where I want my business to go. But in order to get there, it's not like a corporate ladder. You're going to run a zigzag like you're going through Antelope Canyon in Arizona. It's going every direction. You're going to come out of the end, and it's a beautiful journey on the way. But to get there is tiring, and it's going to have a lot of different branches that take you down different roads that you didn't intend on, right? But you got to stay core to your belief that you will get there and plan for that rainy day. And if you come into this now or at any point in time and you don't have something set aside or a guaranteed piece of business to earn income and launch on, along with a plan, you're gonna be out of this in 6 months. I mean, that's just the truth. It's not like on LinkedIn where you see these people say, and I just saw one this morning. And then when I log in this morning, somebody out there, hey, I used to struggle all the time. And if you don't think you can get business from LinkedIn, you're wrong. And this is my 14-step program, and 1,500 people are signed up already for this webinar to how you can get to 150,000 in billable LinkedIn clients a month. And I'm thinking to myself, it's not true. And the way that you're making that is by having 1,500 people believe you to sign up for your $500 a seat webinar that's full of non-cognitive bullshit.
Hey, I'm so glad you brought that up, Ron, because when did people who started out to have their own business now turn into want to help you to make the business, and that's their business stuff start happening? Have you guys noticed that over the last few years? All of a sudden, everybody want to show you how to be the coach. Everybody want to show you how to do marketing. Everybody want to show you how to do recruiting. And I really just think, are these people who start out on their own, and then when it wasn't working, so now they want to show other people? But how can you show me something that you're not doing? And again, I'm not being funny. I know there's some people out there who are actually legit, but for the most part, everybody, if I have one more person come to me want to help me how to get business as a coach, I'm like, I'm good. Okay. And or I'll figure it out, or I'll do some shit for free. But like, everybody can't teach everybody. Somebody's got to be selling something.
Right. And it's so sad. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
It's so sad because I feel like there are, and I just had this conversation with somebody the other day because they were telling me, they're like, well, you should be a coach. And I was like, but there's so many out there. And I feel like, to your point, Nicole, there's so much crap on social media of everyone's thinking they can just come in and, basically be the world's therapist. And it discredits good people like you. And same with, any sort of industry. People are out there saying that they are good email marketers and they can create content and social media posts that'll make you millions. And I'm like, you're discrediting everybody else that actually is putting in the work and doing it the right way.
Right.
Because
Because
there's noise
yes.
and it's taking away value from all of us who are actually doing it the right way.
Yeah, everybody can't have a mastermind. Everybody can't be the master of my mind. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm
And
not
if
giving
you are-
everybody 5, 10, 20 grand for your
Mhm.
4-minute challenge on how to be a better so-and-so. Like, oh my God, stop already.
Yeah. And if you are going to claim yourself to be something, like, I want to see credentials. I want to see
Yeah.
that you actually put in the time and effort and work over the years and you have the experience to actually do this, no matter what it is. Like,
Yeah.
show me your credentials and then we'll talk. Don't
Right.
just start saying, well, I tried this for 2 years and now I can help other people because I'm an expert.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. Everybody can't be an expert. Okay.
Right.
Because there's no such thing. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's that old saying? If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck,
Mm-hmm.
usually it's a platypus.
There you go.
Well, on that note,
So
let's talk about everybody's favorite part for the win in WTF. Ron, we're going to kick it off to you and tell us your for the win and your WTF. It's been a minute too, so we should.
So here's my for the win, and I'm gonna go selfish on this one because at the core of Ron Miller, that's who I apparently am. No, I'm just kidding. So in light of exactly this episode, right? I am super excited because I have had to change what it is my business is about. And I am really ready and set and have everything built out. And on Thursday, I will officially be launching the Recruiter Training Hub, which is bringing 30 years of real desk related practical knowledge, mixing it in with today's AI and really what is the missing component of the human factor in connecting people with work. Because a lot of us got into this business because it's the people business. And it's about time we put the people back in it. And the core of what's really wrong is training sucks. And that's all I want to do right now is I want to help anyone in HR, talent acquisition, and recruiting that hasn't gotten the training, the support, the knowledge to understand the role, understand what goes into role, how to use the tools, or to get better at it, an affordable avenue to do so. So I am super excited that we are ready and we are launching on Thursday this week. So
Congratulations.
That's amazing.
now my WTF, and I'm going to get real close to the
I
camera.
love the
here
hard
because
pivot. He goes, now.
I know.
And we're leaning up.
Hard.
I'm even going to move the microphone
Uh-oh.
into the shot here
no.
because now I know he doesn't listen to the show. One day I hope somebody that does has a connection. But
Jason.
Drew Lar, I'm talking to you, Drew Lar, right? I am a Penn State alum. I am a Penn State fan. We have high hopes on this season, and so many guys have come back to win that elusive national championship, including you, Mr. Fifth-year quarterback, who has the arm of Josh Allen, but the mechanics of Daniel Jones. I need you to get out of your goddamn head, learn how to open your hips, and complete a goddamn pass to a wide receiver. Otherwise, we're going to get our asses kicked in 2 weeks by Oregon and in 6 weeks by Ohio State. Drew Lar, I'm calling you out. You're here. Either get your head in the game, guy, or get out the way because Grunkmeyer is coming. We need to win, man. Win now. So step it up, Drew. I supported you, man, and you look like shit.
This has been Coaching Time with Ron Miller.
Such anger. We need a coach in here, Nicole, please.
I mean,
It's college football season, and Drew Lar, you're killing me,
Ron,
man.
remember?
You're killing me.
he's a young man. Okay, just I'm trying to tone and help him.
He's as old as Arch Manning. You're both like 21 or 22 years old.
Good try,
Okay,
Nicole.
I know. We'll do some breathing exercises after this. Okay, I'm gonna go next. I'm going to kind of piggyback on Ron as far as for the win. I'm very excited that I have relaunched my business after 4 months of working on my rebrand. Yes, so renewed impact is still out there for the coaching, but it's all under the Nicole Gray. That's Gray with an A, as in. Let's do this. I got new stuff out there. So new website, new podcast, new newsletter, new freebie, all of it is done. And that's, again, another part of being an entrepreneur. You got to do all that. Yes, I did hire somebody, but it's not like I had this full team. It was just me and Tracy doing the work. So I'm very excited and very proud of myself, and go check everything out. Now, sports theme 2, WTF. We talk about all the bad sportsmanship we've seen over the past few weeks in sports. First, let's talk about Karen Philly. Okay. Why are you taking balls from kids, Karen? Seriously? Like, it's not that deep. All right. The chick from the U.S. Open who played against Taylor Townsend, you lost. Okay. So let's keep it moving. You lost. I don't need all that at the net. Okay. And then you have some fans throwing out things that's all put out there in WNBA games. Just people just being shitty at games. Oh, let's talk about the dude who pushed Lamar Jackson just recently. And Lamar had to push him back and then apologize. Lamar, you got to apologize. Why are you laying hands on athletes?
Apologize for that. He got hands laid on him.
Just because you bought a ticket doesn't mean you know them. Just because you bought a ticket doesn't mean you're part of the game. I'm going to need people to do better. Okay? Because eventually what's going to happen is the NBA, NFL, WNBA, they're going to be playing with nobody in the stands, and we're all going to be on TV watching them looking crazy like it's 2020 all over again. So just calm down. And again, Karens out there, if somebody gets a ball, then they give it to your child. It's not yours. Okay, thanks. All right, with that, Lainey, it's on you.
I think everyone has lost their minds in the world, and that's what we're seeing on TV in the sports games today. That's what we're seeing. Well, I don't have a rebrand, guys, for the win, and I feel left out. So maybe I should rebrand my business so I can.
We're here for you if you need some emotional support, because we have been through it.
Well, my for the win is not business related at all. It's the fact that I got my Debbie Gibson book. And I pre-ordered it, and I totally forgot I pre-ordered it back in July. So clearly I was very excited. And I got it.
Debbie Gibson, shame on you.
Oh, that's so sad. And Joey McIntyre of New Kids on the Block wrote the foreword. I mean, it's 80s heaven. It's 80s heaven.
Yeah.
So that's my for the win.
Right away. I just saw her recently promoting the book. She still looks good.
And she does. Yeah. And she still sounds great. Like, good for you, girl.
Yeah.
Was the foreword, Lainey, by Joey McIntyre going, she's got the right stuff?
Obviously. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah.
On.
Yep. So that's I haven't started it, but I suggest everyone go buy it.
He's so proud of her, ladies and gentlemen.
I know. I'm proud that you know that.
Kids on the Block song. I'm like, I can't think of it. I know it's not Bye Bye Bye, right? Because that's Justin Timberlake. No. And I don't remember which group that is because I get them confused. I had to think about it for a minute. And that's what I come up with. Anyway, sorry. I didn't mean to hijack.
I'm proud of you. My WTF moment is, it's a couple weeks old by the time, it's a couple weeks old. But the Syracuse game, that every time, football or basketball, but I went to the football game when they were here, the game day kickoff. They played Tennessee and they lost, as I expected. But like literally every time I see my team play in Atlanta, no matter what it is, they lose by a lot. And I feel like I am cursing them and I shouldn't go to the games anymore. And I'm kind of devastated. So I don't know what's going on, but Syracuse, I'm sorry for going to your games.
No, I feel you on that, because I felt like when I was in the room during the Giants and Dallas game.
Yeah, that too.
Dallas was winning. So I'd leave the room and the Giants start winning. So my husband was looking at me like, you got to figure out something. So I left the room for a while and then the Giants were balling. But then I was like, well, I want to watch the game. So I'm sorry, New York. I'm sorry, Ron. Because I think I did something to do with it, so I apologize. So
it's not you. It's our defensive coordinator. I just go out on a limb here and just say, dude, I am not a football coach, but you got a generational talent, man, in Abdul Carter, and you're playing him at weak side linebacker because Micah McFadden's missing. The dude was built to rush the passer, man. And when you let all three of those beasts around Dexter Lawrence rush the passer, guess what happened? You stopped Dallas. Dak didn't have time to throw the ball. You move him out to weak side linebacker, and next thing you know, Dallas is coming back, and they're completing big bombs.
Lady, I'm trying to figure out when we're going to do our sports podcast next. So I think that's
Maybe we just need to change the name of this from the Ron Table to a business podcast with a sports problem.
It could be.
Man. Well, anyway, so we all have our doldrums in business and in sports, highs and lows, right? It all goes together. A sports fan, a sports player, a business owner. It's just highs and lows all the time. So let's close it out because, yes, at the end of the day, owning a business can be very inconsistent. It's unpredictable. Occasionally, it's just rocking in the corner, terrifying. But when you do get those upsides, listen, it's yours. You don't have any caps. You don't have any limits. You have no boss holding the leash. You're in charge of the whole thing, but you got to be prepared. So remember, you're gonna push through the chaos if you're committed to it. And the ramen dinners and the bank account zeros will all be worth it if you just keep going. And you got to just tell yourself, and I'll close this out with one more quote from Ted Lasso and Mr. Roy Kent, Rick Goldstein himself. I'm going to try and do the voice, and I'm not going to be able to do it well, but you're gonna do it because you're Roy fucking Kent. And that's what you need to tell yourself every single day. You're going to do it because you're Nicole fucking Gray and Lainey fucking Belcastro, right? So
And Ron
get out there.
Miller.
Well, usually it's just usually fucking Miller because, that's just how my life goes. But
now Ron's got a fight.
But so thank you all for listening. As always, we appreciate your ear, your time. We hope you got some great insights. And Lainey, it is great to have you back. Nicole, I always love seeing you, so I never see you guys enough. So we'll get back on track here. We got more episodes coming. Until next time, keep your seat warm because the table's going to come in hot. Well, that's a wrap on this episode of The Ron Table. Thanks for pulling up your chair, lending us your ear, and not touching our drums. Interested in more chaos and common sense and conversations? Well, make sure that you hit that like button or the follow button, or drop us a question or a comment in the comment section below. If you want to follow us on social media, you can check out more under the resources tab at www.elevate-talent-solutions.com. Or you can visit Nicole Gray at renewedimpact.com. Hit up Lainey Belcastro at lmbdigimarketing.com. And a big shout out to our producer and co-host Adrian Ruffhart at acrventures.com. Until next time, keep that chair warm. It's not done.